Maker 3D will be the greatest game of all time. You're about to see the best missing features from every Mario game, ranked by how much creativity they'd unlock in Mario Maker 3D. And at the end, you'll get to see a custom showcase level with all these ideas combined. We're starting with the very first Mario game, Super Mario Bros. Most of the parts from this game show up in every Mario game after it, but there's one piece that could still add fun new ideas to Mario Maker 3D: scale lifts. These are moving platforms that tip like a seesaw. When Mario stands on one side, the other side goes up. Stay too long and it breaks, dropping him into a pit. Builders could use these in a lot of ways. Maybe enemies land on the lifts to make Mario fall, so he has to run really quickly. Or maybe you use them like a puzzle where Mario needs to add weight to lift himself higher. They look like blue lifts and seesaws from Mario Maker 2, but they'd feel new if they work with switches and on-off blocks. Overall, scale lifts are cool, but they don't change level design creativity that much, so for that, they go into the C tier. They'll also be the first piece of our showcase level. I'm going to use the closest thing that I have and start building. Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels doesn't give us much to work with. Most of those elements are the same as the first game, but there is one new part worth adding: the Super Spring. This spring launches Mario so high that you lose track of him. We could use it in Mario Maker 3D to shoot to the top of a section, or just for crazier launching gameplay. If I'm being honest though, we can already do some crazy stuff in Mario Maker, so this wouldn't add a ton to unleash fresh ideas. So the Super Spring goes into the F tier for creativity. Second new feature is locked in and ready to join our showcase level, and I'm going to use a bouncy platform from Mario Odyssey to stand in, so wait and see what I can cook up. The Lost Levels was disappointing, but don't worry, the next game is way better. Super Mario Bros. 2 already gave us the SMB2 mushroom, so let's build on that. These potions that you can pull out of the ground and throw to create doors to subspace would be incredible. In Mario Maker 3D, creators could use these potions as keys to a secret world inside the level. Builders could even hide power-ups or coins only accessible through subspace, making exploring way more exciting. Just like in Super Mario Bros. 2, the room only exists for a few seconds, so players have to grab coins or items quickly before being kicked out. Because of how much it could unlock hidden secrets and puzzle design, I'm ranking the potion in the A tier. Let's make it appear in our showcase level. My potion is going to be really rocky, but I'm going to figure out a way to make a door come out of nowhere. Next up is Super Mario Bros. 3, the game that introduced a ton of wild power-ups. We already have Raccoon Mario and Frog Suit represented in different ways across Mario Maker 2, but the one to really shake things up is the Hammer Suit. Fire flowers give you range, but hammers arc upwards, opening a new way to attack. That's huge for taking out Lakitus, Paratroopas, and even bosses. Builders can make all sorts of puzzles where the Hammer Suit triggers things that you can unlock. Because it has cool ideas and is just super fun to use, I'm ranking the Hammer Suit in the B tier. Let's hammer it into our mega level. Throwing Cappy at a Hammer Bro in Mario Odyssey will work perfectly for this. Next up is Super Mario Land, the Game Boy classic that took Mario to completely new worlds like Sarasa Land. Most of the levels are fairly standard platforming, but there's one feature that could really open up creativity in Mario Maker 3D, the submarine. It's no secret that underwater levels are the most hated across all Mario games, but with the submarine, you can move around freely and launch missiles to destroy stuff. In Mario Maker 3D, this could let creators design entire vehicle-based challenges. They can make levels where Mario uses the submarine to dive through moving platforms, enemies, and collectibles. It could be awesome to explode an underwater wall and find hidden areas. Even though I always want something that makes underwater levels more fun, the submarine plays very similarly to the Fire Koopa Clown Cars, so its creativity ranking goes in the C tier. Let's add the sub to our level. Wait, not that one, but it is a good idea. Alright, that one's better. This one might be a bit of a stretch, but I'm going to use a Sherm tank. Watch to the end to see how I pull that off. Super Mario World is packed with amazing features, charging chucks, launching pipes, and switch palaces. But the most creative thing that it added, and the one Mario Maker 2 is really missing, is secret exits. Secret exits completely change how you explore levels. Instead of just running to the flagpole, you're always asking, is there another path? Did I miss a hidden door? What happens if I go through this way instead? And it's not just about the level, the real magic happens on the world map. Unlocking a secret exit might open up a shortcut, reveal a bonus stage, or even take you to a completely new branch of the world. In Mario Maker 3D, secret exits could revolutionize super worlds. A builder could make a stage with 2 exits. One takes you to the next world, but the hidden one unlocks a warp pipe to a bonus kingdom. Or they might make a puzzle level where the true goal is finding the hidden key and the secret exit, not just beating the stage normally. Because secret exits don't just expand creativity inside one level, but also change how players think about structuring everything, I have to lock these into the S tier. Our mega level is getting a secret exit upgrade, and I'm going to add a secret room in Mario Odyssey leading to a new area. Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins expanded Sarasa Land and gave us a ton of quirky new mechanics. The game focuses on standard platforming, but the real standout feature for Mario Maker 3D is its unique boss fights. Bosses in this game aren't just reskins or giant Goombas. They each have completely different visual designs, patterns, and gimmicks. You have enemies like Motocross Wario, who jumps and dodges in tricky patterns, or giant mechanical machines with multiple weak points that require timing and strategy. Right now, Mario Maker 2 has a very limited boss variety. Usually it's just Bowser, Boom Boom, or the Koopalings. But imagine if in Mario Maker 3D, creators could design boss encounters that feel unique. Builders could create a level where the boss moves around in an arena, and you need to throw items to hit its weak points. They could use the different phases of the fight, combined with new environmental hazards and enemies in the arena to make new challenges. Bosses like these would let creators make levels feel epic and memorable, instead of just another Fire Flower spam Bowser fight. Because of how much variety and creativity new bosses can unlock, I'm ranking the Super Mario Land 2 boss fights in the A tier. Time for some customized boss action. To make this, we're going to make a custom boss fight in Mario Builder 64. Sometimes the simplest ideas turn out to be the most versatile, and no game demonstrates that better than Super Mario Yoshi's Island. We already have Yoshi in Mario Maker 2, but the one thing that really sets this game apart is how he throws eggs. Eggs aren't just projectiles, they're tools. You can hit enemies, trigger switches, hit distant platforms, or even use them to solve puzzles. In Mario Maker 3D, we can take this to a whole new level. We can make levels where timing and precision matter, forcing you to hit moving targets, or hit switches from across gaps, or reveal hidden paths. Because of how much it could expand what creators can do in 3D Mario Maker, I'm ranking the Yoshi egg mechanic in A tier. Let's throw an egg right into our showcase. I'm going to use a seed from Super Mario Odyssey as our egg throw. Super Mario 64 changed everything for 3D platformers, and the feature to unlock the most creativity for level building is caps. The caps weren't just cool upgrades, they were one of the first times Mario got temporary powers in 3D. The wing cap opened up sky exploration in levels like Bob-omb Battlefield, the metal cap lets you explore underwater caverns, and the vanish cap gated off hidden stars inside mazes. In a Mario Maker 3D toolkit, creators could place caps in puzzle rooms that demand precise ability use, like needing the vanish cap to walk through walls and hit hidden switches. Or you give players the choice between the wing cap flight and metal cap endurance to find alternate paths. Because they completely changed movement and level design, I'm ranking caps in the A tier. These caps will enhance our mega level even more. Luckily, I can use the actual caps from Mario Builder 64 for this one. Super Mario Sunshine gave us one of the most versatile tools in Mario history, FLUDD. What makes FLUDD stand out is how much it redefined Mario's moveset. Instead of one single ability, it's a full toolkit. The hover nozzle lets you cross huge gaps, the rocket nozzle launches you into the air, and the turbo nozzle turns race into speed challenges. Even the water spray could reveal hidden shines or uncover secret rooms. In a Mario Maker 3D style editor, a FLUDD mechanic could allow creators to design multi-step puzzle levels, maybe cleaning up sludge to reveal a switch, then rocket blasting to reach an upper platform, and finally hovering across moving lifts. Because of how much it opens up movement-based puzzles, I'm ranking FLUDD in the A tier. FLUDD's a game changer for our mega level. My friend Just Camp made a customization in Mario Odyssey that we can use for a perfect recreation. New Super Mario Bros. Introduced one of the most iconic collectibles in the series, Star Coins. Star Coins aren't just more sweet gold. They unlock bonus levels and are often hidden in clever ways. They're inside secret pipes, behind risky jumps, or tucked away in puzzle rooms that require specific power-ups to reach. Those of you who think these big coins are the same, they just aren't. You can have more than 3 in a level, there's no special way to track them, and once you've collected them, there's nothing else to do. For Mario Maker 3D, Star Coins could completely reshape how creators design levels. Instead of just racing to the flag, builders could make players hunt in every corner and experience the full level. Plus, if Nintendo adds them as currency when playing through a super world, you can make certain levels only unlockable when you have enough Star Coins, which would make the stakes for finding them way higher. Because Star Coins reward exploration and experimentation, I'm ranking them in the B tier. Star Coins are coming to our new course. We'll be using stars as our Star Coins in Mario Builder 64. The Mario Galaxy games are the best non-Maker Mario games ever, with so many incredible features. But the biggest unlock for creativity has to be the gravity mechanics. For the first time, Mario could run around entire planets, walk upside down, and leap between worlds. It created levels that blended 2D side-scrolling with 3D spherical platforming, and even made fighting Bowser feel totally new. If Mario Maker 3D had gravity tools, builders could go wild. Spherical puzzle rooms, arenas where gravities flip to let you walk on walls, or even gauntlets where you need to slingshot between tiny planets. Gravity changes the fundamentals of movement and level design more than almost anything else. Because of how completely it redefines what you can do with most elements in the Mario universe, I'm ranking the gravity mechanics in S tier. Let's add gravity shifting to our showcase level. We'll be using a 2D area in Mario Odyssey with gravity shifting to make ours work. New Super Mario Bros. Wii introduced the Ice Flower, a power-up that lets Mario freeze enemies into solid blocks of ice. Even though it launches forward like the Fire Flower, it is so much cooler. See what I did there? The Ice Flower can transform enemies into stepping stones, platforms, or even puzzle pieces. In Mario Maker 3D, freezing enemies could be used in combat puzzles where you need to immobilize foes to progress, or in platforming sections where enemies become the bridge to hidden platforms. Creators could even go outside the mechanics of New Soup and pull from Galaxy ideas too, like freezing waterfalls to be able to platform up on an otherwise unreachable place. The Ice Flower is great for platforming combat. I am placing it in the B tier. It's going to make a great addition to our mega level. I'm calling in Falling Icicles from Odyssey as our best bet. A really amazing power-up from Mario Galaxy 2 is the Cloud Flower. The Cloud Flower lets Mario create 3 temporary platforms in midair, and it allows Mario to walk on clouds that he normally would fall through. In the original game, it was used in stages like Cloudy Court Galaxy, where each cloud used mattered and one mistake could make you start over. In Mario Maker 3D, you could design levels where you can only reach certain areas if you use your clouds wisely, or create crazy speedruns where you are the one who creates the platforms. Also, you could use the different wind effects that already exist in Mario Maker and combine that with the moving new cloud platforms to unlock even more creativity. This one has amazing potential and is unlike any power-up we currently have in the Mario Maker universe, so it goes into the A tier. Let's see how this one will work in our full level. We'll be using hat clouds in Mario Odyssey as the closest version we have access to. The most creative additions in Super Mario 3D Land are the Shadow Clone challenges. These clones mimic Mario's movement, but with a short delay, which transforms platforming into a timing and coordination challenge. In Mario Maker 3D, this leads to levels where you must dodge your own shadow as it chases you. Builders could even make boss fights where you have to play against yourself, anticipating not only your movement, but what your shadow is about to do while taking down the enemy. Shadow clones feel like a fun gimmick for some levels, but would get tiring to use often, so I'm ranking them in the C tier. Let's give Mario an angry shadow clone for our mega course. We'll be using an awesome customization made by Amethyst in Mario Odyssey to add a shadow clone for our run. New Super Mario Bros. 2 gave us the Gold Flower, one of the most delicious power-ups ever. At first, it just looks like a superpowered fireball, but it completely changes how Mario interacts with the level. Every enemy or block becomes a source of coins, and suddenly the level itself transforms into a resource machine. In Mario Maker 3D, this could let creators design coin collection puzzles, secret paths where you have to convert enemies into platforms of coins, or even risk-reward challenges where players choose between defeating enemies normally or saving them to maximize sweet, sweet gold. It isn't the most practical to use all the time, but because it's delicious and fun to melt the entire screen of enemies, I'm going to put the Gold Flower in the B tier. Now we can make our showcase level even more tasty. I will use the Gold Mario costume and some fancy tricks in Mario Odyssey for this one. One feature from New Super Mario Bros. U that never made it into Mario Maker is a false wall. These walls look solid, but Mario can pass through to add so much depth and exploration in every area. Suddenly, every wall becomes suspicious. Do you check it, or is that just a decoration? In Mario Maker 3D, false walls could be used to hide secret rooms, bonus challenges, or even shortcuts that reward observant players. These could easily combine with our secret exit idea from before, where only the curious can find the true exit. False walls don't just add secrets, they get players to think differently about the environment, so I'm ranking them in the A tier. Time to hide more secrets in the mega level. For this one, I'm going to use a hidden switch in Mario Builder 64 that opens up a wall as the closest option. In Super Mario 3D World, more Marios is more better. So we are going to use the Double Cherry. This power-up creates a duplicate Mario, and suddenly you're controlling multiple characters at once. Using more than one Mario transforms a stage into a puzzle where every movement makes you think. You need clones to press switches at the same time, to reach multiple platforms together, or to swarm through hazards as a group. In Mario Maker 3D, this could open up some wild level design. Imagine puzzles where clones must split paths and you work together as a team with yourself. Or crazy combat arenas where you can't lose a single clone and you surround enemies from multiple angles. Builders could even add pressure with a speedrun challenge where you have to be careful but quick to win. Double Cherry multiplies creativity when it comes to puzzles and platforming, so I'm ranking it in the A tier. That's double the fun in our showcase level. For our version, I can actually make 2 Marios in a certain spot in Mario Odyssey. Man, this level's getting crazy, but we're not done yet. The Mystery Mushroom from the original Super Mario Maker is one of the quirkiest power-ups in Mario history. It lets Mario transform into dozens of different costumes, from Donkey Kong to Kirby, and each one comes with unique sounds and animations. Even though it doesn't change the mechanics of the character, it unlocks huge creativity. In Mario Maker 3D, simply having skins of different characters can make each level feel unique and customized. Imagine a builder making a level where you suddenly transform into Samus and play through a Metroidvania type level, or a level where you gotta go fast. Because it adds fun, unpredictability, and novelty but doesn't actually affect gameplay, I'm ranking the Mystery Mushroom in the B tier. Let's get mysterious. Super Mario Run introduced Toad Rally, a competitive multiplayer race mode. The idea is simple. Players auto-run through levels racing against each other's ghosts, with mistakes pulling you back slightly. In Mario Maker 3D, this could become a really fun multiplayer mode to design for. Instead of just multiplayer versus levels, builders could create 1 versus 1 rival runs, where players compete for the best performance against their friends. Adding hazards that punish sloppy movement, or shortcuts that reward risk would make these race levels endlessly replayable. Because multiplayer in Mario Maker feels really stale, I think this could bring some life into that area, so I'm ranking it into the B tier. Thanks to Toad, we can add the rally to our big combo course. I have an idea for this one that combines with another feature from my list. I sure hope they work together. Now we're getting into the really juicy stuff. Super Mario Odyssey gave us the game-changing capture mechanic. With Cappy, Mario can possess enemies, objects, and even bosses, constantly changing the way you approach each kingdom. One moment, you're a bonsai bill crushing every block in your path. The next, you're a lava bubble swimming through this strawberry sludge. But the real magic is how these captures interact with all the other course parts we have access to. In Mario Maker 3D, builders could design puzzles where you have to swap forms, like possessing a Tanuki statue to cross spikes, and then becoming a Hammer Bro to break obstacles. Entire levels could be structured around chaining captures in the right order, almost like a key and lock system, but with enemies themselves as the keys. Because the capture ability redefines Mario's moveset, look, and feel in every single stage, it's an instant S tier. Captures are going to be awesome in our level. This one will be easy for me to add, but I've got to figure out what I want Mario to capture. So the next game in our lineup is Super Mario Maker 2. You might be thinking, there's nothing worth talking about from a game that's literally the last Mario Maker in the series, but hear me out. There are a few features from this game missing in this game. Some course parts and levels from the story mode don't appear in the editor for builders to use, and I still have no idea why. My favorite of these items, and the one we're picking for our feature today, is the Carrying Stone. This stone limits your jump and slows you down, but it can also be a great ally for problem solving. In Mario Maker 3D, carrying objects like this could expand puzzle platforming in a big way. Imagine puzzles where you need to do some crazy platforming while juggling the stone with you, or action-packed moments where you need the stone as a weapon while you speed through the course. Even though I love this object, and I'm salty it never got added to the editor, I think players found workarounds to make similar ideas, so I'm ranking the Carrying Stone in the C tier. Let's rock. I'm going to use a Mario Odyssey seed that doesn't break as the closest for our level. My pick from Bowser's Fury might surprise you. I actually think the most creative addition would be a day-night cycle. At first, it just looks like a visual effect, but it actually changes everything. Enemies act differently, hazards become more dangerous, and the world itself feels alive as it shifts over time. Mario Maker 2 already has a way to toggle night by changing the angry sun into the moon. That makes wacky night effects happen based on the course theme in that area. That's useful, but the only way to trigger it is by going through a pipe, which makes things too predictable. In Mario Maker 3D, builders should add tension by making the sun slowly set and making the night effects start wherever the player currently is. Imagine spikes that retract during the day, but extend at night. Enemies like Goombas or Koopas suddenly gaining new behaviors, or bosses powering up when darkness falls. In the right hands, this tool could be amazing to add stakes and tension to courses, but I can imagine it getting really annoying in most levels. So I'm ranking the day-night cycle in the C tier. Let's add it to our levels somehow. Not sure how I'm going to make it happen, but we're almost ready for the reveal, so I'm going to find a way. For Super Mario Bros. Wonder, most people would think the most important thing to add would be the Wonder Flower. I actually disagree. A lot of the effects for the Wonder Flower can be done with night mode variations. So my vote for the most creative and useful addition is actually the badge system. Badges let you modify gameplay rules directly. You can gain a high jump, glide through the air, or even cling to walls. It's not just another power-up, it's a layer of customization that transforms how you can play every level. In Mario Maker 3D, badges would unlock endless creativity. Picture a course where Mario must run at double speed and have enough control to beat it, or a badge that sticks to walls strategically to avoid getting attacked by enemies. This gives creators the power to rewrite the game's physics and rules mid-run, which is very rare for a Mario mechanic. Badges just have too many possibilities when combined with all the other Maker tools that I have to lock it into the S tier. Let's bring those badges into the Mega Course. Mario Builder 64 has a lot of badges for us to pick from, so that's what we're going to use. It's time! Welcome to our custom showcase level showing off the best features from every Mario game. The first feature is the capture mechanic, so we'll just throw Cappy on the Sherm tank and boom! We've done it. For our purposes though, this will be our submarine. We go through this watery area and shoot Cheep Cheeps with our missiles. The Cheep Cheeps respawn and float through our path, so we must destroy them to get through. Now we pop out and bonk this block to find our next feature, the Cloud Flower. We are Cloud Mario now and combining it with the super strong springs shown off by these trampolines. We bounce up high with the trampolines and throw Cappy to create cloud platforms to gain more height. Each jump gets trickier as we get further up, and just like the Galaxy games, we can only create 3 cloud platforms before we run out. Feature 5 is the scale lift. Our moving girders are similar but don't change based on weight. Mario needs to cross them to activate Feature 6, the Hammer Suit. Mario uses Cappy again to capture this Hammer Bro and have Hammersuit powers, but then needs to move back across the scale lift without falling. If Hammersuit Mario can make it, he can fling tons of smashers to break these blocks and open up Feature 7. Now we've unlocked our version of the Carrying Stone. We're using the seed from Mario Odyssey and need to bring it across these big gaps while avoiding giant swinging obstacles. If we make a mistake, the stone will fall into the molten cherry juice and we have to start over. We're using the motion controls for more distance on each throw, and we can destroy enemies just like the Carrying Stone. Once we make it to the end, we see a pot on the side of this pillar. That's actually Feature 8. Just like the Yoshi throwing egg mechanics, we need to toss the seed into this pot. When we do, a sound effect plays to let us know we've unlocked something new. We go around the side to find a new platform that takes us to the top of this giant column. When Mario gets to the top, he finds a mysterious rock, which is actually Feature 9. This rock acts as our Mario Bros. 2 potion. When Mario chucks it over on the tower, it breaks and a new door appears. Mario can open this door with Cappy and walk through to be teleported to a completely new zone, just like Subspace. We find Feature 10 inside, Mario Galaxy's gravity mechanic. Mario completes a little gravity platforming to snag a moon before exiting. You would think that leaving this area would take us back to the main kingdom, but it actually takes us to a new challenge. Feature 11 gives Mario the Ice Flower, transforming him into Ice Mario. In this room, Mario uses his ice powers to make icicles fall from the ceiling to crush Goombas. He has to be careful though, because we're also showing off Feature 12, the Shadow Clones. These copycats chase Mario and follow his every move to make things even more deadly. Mario barely sneaks by, defeats all the Goombas, and grabs a moon to exit. Mario appears in a different part of the main kingdom now, but he's accompanied by Feature 13 on his back, FLUDD. FLUDD gives Mario the chance to hover with the hover nozzle, launch straight up with the rocket nozzle, or boost with turbo. But that one seems like a bad idea. Mario's goal is to go across these wide gaps while avoiding dangerous winds from the Typhoos. The gaps get wider, and Mario needs to switch between the nozzles mid-jump. Mario reaches the last platform, but doesn't see anywhere else to go. He has an idea. He decides to go on his hunch and fly up to the top of the volcano. He devours some coin rings and falls straight into the top. Surprisingly, he doesn't get burned, but instead finds a secret room which acts as Feature 14, a secret exit. He opens a treasure chest to devour a life-up heart, which is standing in for our Feature 15, the Mystery Mushroom. It transforms him into Wario, and he's ready to face the next challenge. Wario reappears, but there's a clone of him, using our Feature 16, the Double Cherry. The two Warios need to collect the big mushroom coins and dodge mummies. Both Warios share one health bar, so it's very easy for them to get separated and destroyed. If the two work together, they move ahead to collect all 5 coins and spawn a special block. When the Warriors hit that, they activate Feature 17, the Gold Flower. Now both become golden Marios, the room ahead turns gold, and even the enemies turn gold. The delicious Marios work together to defeat all 5 gold Goombas and hunt for the next feature. Feature 18, the Toad Rally, is next. Mario's in assist mode while shadow clones hunt him. He jumps from platform to platform trying to avoid the evil shadows. If he touches the lava, he'll turn into a bubble and be set back, but he keeps running. Wait, Feature 19 is starting. The day to night cycle is changing how things act. The level's getting dark, but also the gravity's changing, and now Mario can jump even higher and further. He barely escapes the shadow clones and moves on through this giant pipe. When Mario exits that pipe, he swaps styles from Mario Odyssey to Mario 64. He finds a big line of thwomps and rides one up to see something strange. Feature 20 is the star coin, and he grabs the star above to collect one. He continues through the level collecting more, but finds a really weird looking wall. This wall is Feature 21 and isn't even real. Mario can walk right through it to snag another star coin. Mario warps to the next section and finds Feature 22, badges. The first badge he grabs allows him to stick on thwomps as they rise. Then he grabs a new badge that gives Mario super speed. He rushes to see a cap challenge, which is Feature 23. First, he goes through risky platforming with the vanish cap. If he touches the floor, he could fall right through. Next, he grabs the metal cap to walk underneath the water while bullies slam him. The lava and enemies don't faze him, and once his cap expires, he's able to swim to safety. Mario puts on the wing cap and glides through the air to face the final feature and biggest challenge, a unique boss. Mario faces off against Tatanga. This flying boss shoots missiles all around the arena, and Mario must press the button in the middle to fight back. He bounces up with the note blocks to reach the boss and kicks him to do some damage. Mario has to be careful to move quickly, otherwise he'll get burned and start the entire level over again. Luckily, with a final swift kick, Mario defeats Tatanga to beat the showcase level and prove how awesome these features could be. To see 200 things we need in Mario Maker 3, click on the video on screen now. I'm Arrowstotle, and thanks for watching.